everyone, welcome to Sweet Tomato Vine Homestead. I'm Linda, and today I am in the garden and I have a plant haul to show you all. I am so excited because I love going and getting new plants. I love planting seeds, growing my own, but sometimes you can't always find what you're looking for. Some things you just have to go out and get. And so that is what I have done. I have found some plants I have been looking for, and one is the wave petunia. These wave petunias are a great asset to your garden because they can just grow and spread all over your garden. If there's some places you want to hide that doesn't look that great to you, you can use these as a ground cover. They will spread all over the ground. You can put them in a hanging basket. They will float and fall all out of the hanging basket. They will look very beautiful. And the place that I plan to put them is in those two pots that I have the clematis and the roses in right beside my driveway, right beside my garage. And they are going to overflow those containers. So I am so excited about it. I got two of them. Y'all, they had these in different colors. They even had it in a black, but I wasn't ready to do a black flower. Let me know if you've ever done a black flower in your garden before. But I also got a hardy hibiscus. And you all, look at the size of these flowers. Hardy hibiscus is so beautiful. And it is in one of my favorite deep, dark wine colors. I love this plant. I've already bought an hibiscus, but I'm not sure if it is a hardy. It may be hardy in my zone, but this hibiscus comes back every year. So I am so excited about this. I had one years ago, lasts for some years, but I think it may have gotten cut down or something like that happened. But I think I might be planting this one back in the same place. I'm not sure. I haven't made my mind if I'm going to put this one in a container or if I'm going to put it over next to the storage building. So I will decide on that later. I really want to go ahead and get these planted because it's getting hot. I want these plants to get established and wherever they're going to be. So it is very important that I go ahead and get them into their home that they're going to be in out here, whether it's in a container or if it's planted in ground. This may end up in ground. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But y'all, you can tell I am so excited about these plants. The next plant that I want to show you is one of my favorites. I guess y'all say all of them are my favorites, but y'all take a look at this. This is a lace hydrangea. It has gotten kind of beat up because I got this plant a few days ago, and as you all know, it's hot out here, and I did not plant it immediately, but it is a beautiful plant. It looks like they spray painted it so beautiful. But I am excited about this one. I ordered this one online, and it came through the mail, and it was outrageously beautiful when it first got here. And so I didn't go ahead and get it planted, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this planted. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and take it. Definitely, it's definitely going over by the storage building because I think that's gonna really add beauty to that space. And I had one of these some years ago. It lasts for some years, but it seemed like it was like an every other year bloomer. I don't know what happened with that. I didn't pay it as much attention then, but whenever it showed up, it showed out. It was so beautiful in the garden. So I'm excited to have another lace hydrangea in the garden. Okay, the next one that I want to show you, a flowering peach. And y'all, I was at the store and I saw this and I had to have it mainly because it already had these peaches on it and because of the look of this foliage. Can you all see this foliage? This is a peach that has the most beautiful foliage that I have ever seen. But y'all, this peach says, although it is a peach tree, it is an ornamental peach. So do your research on ornamental fruits and vegetables. Some you can eat, some are edible, some taste delicious, some are edible and don't taste that great. And that is what it's been said about this peach. So it said that it does not taste that great unless you cook it. It's not palatable if you try to eat it fresh. Now, I've never had it. If you had it and you know anything about this bonfire patio peach, let me know if you have tasted it, if you tried to eat these peaches. But it can also be used as a pollinator in the garden. So if you have some peach trees that need to be pollinated, this will help to pollinate your peach trees. So it's not like it's just for beauty. It's not a useless ornamental peach. It has a function. It can pollinate and it adds beauty to the garden. It has these little peaches that they say taste okay if you cook them. So we're gonna find out more about it, and I'll tell you more about it as I learn more about it. But it was just so beautiful that I just really wanted to have it in the garden. It was not that cheap, but like I said, I wanted to have it in my garden because it is beautiful. It's just like a flower. If there's a flower that you really want to have in your garden, if you can't grow it, go ahead and get that flower. And you know, it just adds more beauty, adds more excitement, and gives more interest to your garden. So you put whatever you want to put in your garden. And speaking of ornamentals, this is an ornamental pepper. Oh, isn't this beautiful? I have always adored ornamental peppers. I grew some lunchbox peppers once, and they were very beautiful. They were edible. This ornamental pepper says that it is edible. It is a chili ornamental pepper, long lasting in indoor containers or landscapes in hot climates. So I did a little research, and it says that some ornamentals are edible, but these ornamental peppers, if you eat them, they're gonna be hot. So do your research. If you have any ornamentals in your garden, be sure to check to see if they are edible or if they are not edible. Some ornamentals can be toxic. So just make sure that you find out which variety you have. Make sure that is very important. So, you know, for you, your children, and your pets. So I'm excited about these. They are going to look beautiful in the garden. I got to see how they grow, and I got to do more research. I think I'm going to go ahead and plant this one in ground. We may go ahead and get that planted in ground today. I realized that out of all the peppers that I planted in my garden, y'all, I did not plant a poblano. And so I want to make sure that I get this poblano planted out in the garden. It is very tall right now, and so it's looking like it should be ready to start putting off some fruit at any moment. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it planted also. A lot of these things are gonna get planted tomorrow. Y'all, I love blue flowers, and these are called Blue My Mind, and it's spelled B-L-U-E. So it's like they are blue, but as you can see, they're closed up now. One is open, but morning glory is mostly open in the morning. Morning glories can be invasive. I really bought this one because I wanted it to be a ground cover in the garden. So I don't know if I'm going to use this as a ground cover. I did buy two. I have two trees in my garden that are always a sore spot to me. They don't ever look good. It's always very weedy, hard to maintain. Last season, if you remember, I did try to plant some creeping thyme in it. I wasted a lot of creeping thyme seeds and bought some creeping thyme plants, and they just did not take in the area. So it's a very hard area for me to get to grow properly. Those two trees, it's underneath the Bradford pear that's in the front, and underneath the birch that's close to the east garden. Those two areas are like sore spots to me. They never look good, and I just really want to find something that I could plant underneath them that will cover the space. And it just seems like I cannot get the right ground cover that I can get to come back year after year and, you know, keep that area flowered. I want to keep that area beautiful instead of having to always be worried about the maintenance in the area. The area is hard to maintain because of the weeds that it gets. I don't know which one I'll be trying, if either. I might not try either one in that area. I may just go ahead and try to come up with something else because it's really getting to the time that it's going to be harder to take care of that spot because it's going to be even hotter. So I need something that's going to be able to handle the heat and be able to keep the weed pressure down underneath those two trees. Okay, the next one is a gardenia. I had a gardenia last season. I took it out of the pot. It had done very wonderfully in the pot, but when I took it out of the pot, put it in ground, I put it in full sun, and I think that's what it did not like. I think it really wants to be more in part shade. So I'm going to put it in another place where it can get part shade. I want it to be where I can smell it because once the gardenia gets those white flowers on it, y'all, this gardenia smells so good. If you do not have a gardenia in your yard where you can enjoy the smell of those beautiful flowers, you need to get one. I put it right here, the zones that it is hardy in. So if it's hardy in your area and you don't have a gardenia, get your gardenia because this is one of the most beautiful scented plants that you can get. It is a shrub, but it has a beautiful fragrance. I mean, once you walk outside, you come out and you're walking through the garden, you'll always be captivated by that smell. So if you don't have one, I urge you, please get you a gardenia. And last but not least, you all, I told you how I love verbena. I was able to find some small plants, a small verbena plant. And y'all, this is another plant that will creep. It is good ground cover, but I have not been using them like ground covers. I just love them so much, and I love the deep purple one. And I showed you the other day the ones that I had, and I planted them over in the garden bed. I think I want to put this one in a container and just have a container overflowing with this purple verbena. So this is what I chose. This is the last plant that I want to show you all today. So now let's go over and we're going to plant the hydrangea next to the storage building. Okay, this is the space that I have chosen to put my beautiful blue lace hydrangea, and I'm going to get in here and dig me a hole. I'm looking around, make sure everything is okay. And if you all been wondering why I have been carrying my old shovel again, because they broke my new shovel, so I'm back to the old shovel again. So I am going to be digging me a hole with this old faithful shovel. And you all, my plants are looking really good in this area. My right here is my pine tree right there, and then right here I have my other hydrangea, and then on this side is my rhododendron. So they're looking really good in this space because they all are enjoying this shaded area, and it's mostly shade over here in this area. So I got my fertilizer right here. Go ahead and dig me a hole. The plant is not that big, so I'm just gonna move back some of this bedding, dig me a hole right here. Soil is nice and moist. And that looked like that's gonna be a big enough hole, because my plant is not that big. Get a little bit bigger and go a little bit wider. Okay, now I'm gonna get my plant. And like I said, I should have already had this one in ground, because I have had it for a few days now. And so let's go ahead and put it into the ground, and it is looking wonderful, just like it is right there. I'm going to put some fertilizer around it. Should have already put the fertilizer in there. It already had a lot of fertilizer in the hole. There was a lot of fertilizer in this container, so it is going to be perfectly fine with the amount that I'm putting in here. And I'm just going to knock my soil part and put it back in around my plant. Try not to beat my plant up too bad. And then I will come over here and put some more. I will add some more bedding to this area if necessary. Right now, I'm just going to be adding this bedding that I pulled from around it, back around it. And I am going to water it in. And I will keep you all updated on how this plant is doing in this hole. It is so beautiful. So I want to try to take good care of this one and make sure that we have it for many years to come. God, it looks like it is fake. It is so beautiful. Okay, let's go here. I want to pot up another plant that I already shown you all, and I still haven't potted up. So let's go here and pot it up. But first, let's take a look at the purple hub peas. And these cucumbers. This is a different variety here. It looks like that baked apple, like the ones you see in the store, because they're always so shiny. And then these are like the ones that you pickle. pickling cucumbers. So we're gonna be making some pickles very, very soon. Time to harvest some Swiss chard. And Ricky put netting around the corn, so we haven't had any more problems with whatever it was. I think everyone said that it's probably raccoons getting in here and getting the corn. So it looks like the corn may be safer right now. And he just took some of these posts right here. And these are just some like tomato stakes, and put them in the corners and then wrap the netting around. So I'm very happy that they left it alone. I was just having all red caladiums to show up, but now the pink ones and the white ones have shown up, and I am so excited about that. And here's a quick update on the okra. Okay, and this is the container that I'm going to be using. And I am going to drill some holes in here because you want to make sure that you got enough drainage holes in your container so you can get good drainage on your plants, or your plants will become waterlogged and they will die. And it can also help to put a container like this on top of a paver or something like that so that the water will be able to drain out, because sometimes once it's sitting flat on the ground like that, the soil will compact at the bottom and you still won't have proper drainage. Okay, y'all, this is the plant that I am going to be planting in this pot. And this is the one that has the mandevilla at the bottom. And then it has this beautiful Hawaiian plant at the top. And I'll put the name of the Hawaiian plant in the front also. But I'm going to be putting in some of my potting mix. And I sit the container on the ground so it'll be easier for us to move rather than having it on the top of this table, where it would be harder for us to have to get off the top of this table. And it's gonna take a lot of soil, but I already knew that when I purchased this huge pot. I could have planted it in a smaller pot, but this is the pot I'm gonna be planting in. Added some of my fertilizer. That's just some of my slow release fertilizer. Okay, and this is how deep I want this plant to sit in this container. So I'm going to carefully take it out. Let you all see what this root system is looking like. It's not too bad. Just gonna break it up just a little. Get rid of this memory so this plant won't be twirling around. The roots won't be twirling around in this container. I'm just gonna backfill it with some more of my potting mix. And it basically is taking this entire bag of potting mix. But it is so beautiful, I think it is worth it. Okay, now I'm just gonna water it in. I have a few that look like they can come off. I'm gonna go ahead and take this one off. And now I'll start looking for the space. I think I'm going to stick this one right up here at the front gate. I think this is going to be at the entrance gate. It is such a beautiful plant. I think that it deserves to be right here when you first walk into the garden. It just adds so much beauty to the garden. I love it when I get new seeds. I just love it when I get new stuff in the garden. So I hope that y'all have enjoyed the video and that you'll give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload a new video. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.